this group
Can you
of leaders.
senior day?
Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As
Blue
we'll
green
see,
though.
participant from last year's playoff, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
Hallelujah on the top.
The Mustangs will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The run from the shotgun. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. And if you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Caught in the back. John gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. Third and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. And he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
Fires toward the target. And that's in.
Oh my God.
Defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He gets a block. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down. But when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Great place to start for this offense. Reads it, fires complete. There he goes. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this...
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, SMU.
Yeah.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Makes the grab. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
To the air on second down. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it rolls to the ground incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They'll try to move the chains on 4th down. NC State comes to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Thank you.
Grab near the marker. It's John. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Lost to throw again. Bringing the heat. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that, obviously open over the middle of the field. But you know how that
works.
Nigga
hurt.
Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit. You see more drops over the middle of the field.
He hurt.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Here comes the heat. A little screen to the running back. Turning it on. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Bought a little time, lets it go. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He's got it, 1st down and more. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But, maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Got the big tight end on the corner route. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
On target. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Unloads to the right. He's got it. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And you got man-to-man coverage. You're running that curl route. That ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route. He's going to be right there. But he does a great job securing the catch, getting the 1st down.
Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Toss to the outside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver going in motion. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Powers forward. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Oh, thanks.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the back.
Good tackle.
After the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've played one, and we are right back
Good
where
tackle.
we started, all tied up after the 1st period as we take a look at the stats. That 1st quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the 2nd. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. For just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. Now, they'd love to win this one today, secure that spot in the conference championship game. A remarkable achievement. They can't really think this one's in the bag yet.
No, they've just got to continue focusing on the task at hand. I think that's a big reason why they're in this position that they find themselves in. They take care of business each and every game, David. Some hardware to be won down the road potentially, but you got to win this one.
No doubt, and I think it's hard because you're starting to see the finish line now. Getting later in the season, knowing where you're ranked, what's at stake. Let's see how they handle the pressure.
Got it in the middle, it's Brown. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to them and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
You just try to make it to a bowl game, shit.
And the Mustangs can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Gets it to the back.
He's
got some space. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And I like it. Third down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal.
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score.
Oh, I didn't get to it.
And that total goes to 16. They really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Quick release on the RPO. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Mustangs come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man on the outside. just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense
picked off to stop the threat. Got some room to run, and they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds right at the 40-yard line as his offense continues to show great patience. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can.
They're about to take your hair out,
him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find it.
Unloads it downfield. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's John.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
The Wolfpack line up, trying to forge ahead for a few inches. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that 1st. And, Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that 6th sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that 1st down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward and get it.
Oh, and I love when they don't dance. Know the situation, right? Don't bounce things that don't need to be bounced. When I need to stick my face in there and lower my shoulder and get a couple yards, I got to know the situation. Great job by him running the ball physical and finishing the run for a 1st down.
Well, right away after picking up a 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. And he's finally ushered out of bounds, but not before. He makes a good gain.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback.
I get it.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Trying to run it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
And it's blocked. He's got it, and he can go with it.
Come on, bro.
The 50.
Oh my
He's inside the 40.
God.
Past the 20. The 10.
Can't make this shit up.
And he takes it all the way back to the house, and just like that, the 2 gives them the lead right back. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback may change this route. Going right to work up top. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Looking to take a shot. Makes the grab on the big throw. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Timeout, SMU.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They'll immediately call timeout.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense.
Hello.
Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some
See
adjustments.
him playing somebody in his little dynasty mode.
Downfield on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, SMU. They took a shot to the end
He killed a
zone.
devil.
Around 6 points waiting on them.
Oh, he stay
They
out
trust
there.
their QB to execute like they have.
He
the
stay
whole
out there,
first
right?
half, and he delivers.
Oh, okay.
And they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. It's complete on the right side. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Got the quick pass. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Makes the grab. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Splits the uprights. Good. This is now a 7-point game. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Slips through the line. He's got it out. Goes out of bounds, but not before he takes that return into plus territory at the 47. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Not the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Mustangs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on 3rd down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there, and now it's 4th down.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. Trying to get it to the marker. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Well, they get the 1st down, going for it on 4th and 1, and they're in that fringe area right now in their opponent's territory. So important for them to keep the momentum going because they've got to be thinking, we're scoring points here. We're going to pay this drive off.
Making side adjustments here. They're going to ride this running back. Breaks into the open. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and trying to stay on the field.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
The Mustangs are flying down the field. Gives it to the back on the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
And the Mustangs have moved it inside the 20. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Might be calling a hot route. With the run on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Trying to find the end zone.
And on that out route, 3rd down, guys, you just want to see a little bit better execution. You want to see more depth on the route. You want to see a little bit more of an accurate throw so he doesn't have to come back and fight for it, so that we can pick up the 1st down a lot easier. A little bit better by the quarterback and receiver, and as a result, they do get the catch, but it sets up 4th and short.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. They want to run this quarterback. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And your offense, you're talking to each other the whole time. Look at the score. Understand the situation. We got a chance to go up by 2 scores. We got a chance to put this ball game away. We have to hold on to the football. 2 hands. Make sure I go to the ground with that thing in my possession. It's a big mistake that could cost them big.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. A little release to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He tries to take the top off. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. This This time, they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
The give to the back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. 3rd down play from the gun. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown Mustangs! And they add 6 more to the Moorman trip to the house. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the right. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Hauls it in. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Looking down the middle. Hauls it in. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. He wants to throw it again. It's complete to the right. He smashes his way through again. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Wolfpack. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you could tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
The give to the back. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his man. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. Turning it on. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
The Mustangs have their offense in high gear. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. The screen, and watch out. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And this is a situation this offense trains for. Having the lead late in the game, running the ball to ice it. They're just bleeding seconds off the clock. It's been a beautiful drive so far. And the defense, even though they know they're going to run it, they just can't stop it.
He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Quickly out to the tight end. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going.
Oh, he's got some space. Got enough space. Touchdown, SMU. And they take it in for 6 more points. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Nebraska is ahead early in Lincoln, but that's not exactly Mike Rozier out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 11 over USC. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
A good start by this offense. Something positive on the first play. The drive is good. Listen, the hill is large, right? Like this, we need 2 scores. We got to have 2 touchdowns to get back in this game. We got to be aggressive. We got to take shots, but obviously not put the football at risk.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Right on the money. Turns it on in midfield. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Complete. Still on his feet. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, NC State.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Breaks into the open. And the big gain. They've got it on the 46.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Might as well give it to him again.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds. Cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
And the Mustangs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. This quarterback part of their running game. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs! They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail beat Coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fire into the right, complete. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. He wants a big play here late. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this.
Going downfield for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation.
Makes the grab past the marker. He gets out of bounds and, more importantly, picks up the 1st down. Clock stopped as the drive continues. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. He makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
The quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Buys a little extra time. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And that is a play you've got to make as the defender. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got a chance to secure the win with the interception, and you put it on the ground. Missed opportunity.
Escapes the pressure to his right. A deep throw as the clock winds down. They'll bring him down as he bulks up those numbers, but not the most important one, as they'll come up short in this game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.